It's Tennessee. It's Alabama. That means for sure it's football time. Touchdown, Big Orange.
Blocked again. Cody again. Alabama wins.
Score! What a drive by Tennessee.
They go the other way to Humphrey. Touchdown, Alabama.
The Home Depot SEC on CBS brings us to Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And the matchup, the Volunteers of Tennessee and the Crimson Tide of Alabama. There won't be an empty seat today. About 102,000 on hand on a picture-perfect October day. And we welcome you, everybody, to Bryant-Denny. It is the third Saturday of October. I'm Brad Nessler. Nice to have you along with us. Third Saturday of October, the 100th meeting between these two teams. Great rivalry, one of the best. Great memories, great players, great games. But to have a rivalry, you actually have to have one team beat the other once in a while. There was an 11-game streak for Bear Bryant at one point. Peyton Manning came along, 10 out of 12. Tennessee won now. It's been 10 straight again for Alabama. And Gary, you and I have done a lot of rivalry games. We've done a lot of conference games. I don't know that we've ever had a bigger underdog than we do today.
You know, Brad, for the Tennessee faithful, it's been a long season. I mean, the games are one thing, but I think this week, with this underdog, this has been tough to take. They measure themselves against Alabama, and this has been a long week.
Is there a formula for them to stay close or maybe pull an upset?
Well, they're going to have to do it with a young quarterback, Jarrett Guarantano. And good news, you're the starting quarterback. Bad news is your second game on the road is against Alabama. He's got a lot of potential. He can do a lot of things, but against Alabama, it's going to be a challenge.
Alabama's been #1 since the season started. 7-0 now, rolling towards Atlanta, it appears. They got great players on both sides of the ball.
And they mirror their great players. That's a good thing about them. Their great players are their leaders. Micah Fitzpatrick, he's the first guy out at practice. He's the consummate leader. He cherishes his teammates. He's the guy they all follow. And on offense, they got one just like him. Jalen Hurts, he's calm, his demeanor's always the same, and the offense kind of replicates the way he plays.
So we get set for the 100th version of the Volunteers of Tennessee, the Crimson Tide of Alabama. Third week of Saturday, just about set to kick it off at Bryant-Denny. Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Napa, Sonic, State Farm, and by Bud Light. Alabama riding a 21 straight conference winning streak. Tennessee in desperate need of a win. Moments ago, head coach of the Vols with Allie LaForce.
Coach, it's been a tough couple of weeks. How have you and the team dealt with the negativity as you prepared to face the #1 team in the country today?
Well, again, it's all about working every single day, and this team has stayed committed and together, and we're getting better. And that's all you can do. Block out the clutter, the distractions. We're disappointed right now with the way things are, but we get to control that.
Jarrett Guarantano made his first start last week. What improvements would you like to see from your quarterback as he makes start #2?
Well, continuing to take care of the football is going to be big, and just overall command, presence, and then the rhythm and spacing of the throw game.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Jarrett Guarantano's going to get his hands on the ball first because Alabama won the toss and deferred. Finally, we got a football feeling weather day instead of 90 with 100% humidity that we've had seemingly all season long. 81 sunny in Tuscaloosa. J.K. Scott will tee it up for the Tide. Ty Chandler will wait on the other end. Alabama leading the all-time series.
I'm feeling a little bit like Garantano. He needs some help today. I'm fighting.
You are fighting it, and I appreciate you being there, partner. I had it last week. I don't know if I gave it to you.
I don't know.
Underway in Tuscaloosa. Chandler at the 1-yard line. Out across the 20. Fights his way out to about the 24. As we take a look at the Chick-fil-A starting lineups, starting with Jarrett Garantano. As Allie just told you, making his second start. As Gary said, the good news is he's making a start. Bad news is he's doing it on the road in Tuscaloosa.
I'll tell you, he's got a lot of tools. I mean, highly recruited quarterback, big, tall, good arm. But, as you say, starting out, he's so new to it. Let's see how much he can improve from a week ago.
Definitely adds a dimension in the run game. First down from the 24 with John Kelly flanking in the gun. He looked to Kelly and takes off immediately. There's his first run, and it got him a yard. Raekwon Davis made the tackle. As we take a look at the rest of the offense for Tennessee. They've had some trouble at that right tackle spot. They kicked Brett Kendrick out now to play right tackle and try to shore up that spot. They ran behind him, or at least Garantano did on the first play. And a play action, quick slant, and completes out to Brandon Johnson's going to bring up third down. As you look at the Tide defensively, Rashaan Evans maybe had his best game. He's had trouble with a groin injury, but he's getting better every week, and that makes the Alabama defense that much better. 3rd and 4. Garantano, plenty of time, deep sideline, and overshot everybody. Intended for Josh Smith, and it's 3 and out for the Vols.
That's where you have to be smart throwing the football. 3rd and 4, that's kind of a gamble play. Go to those slots. Go for the first down. Keep the football.
So Trevor Daniel will come in to kick. Averaging over 48 a punt, which is second in the conference, third in the country, in fact. And this one goes out of bounds around the 32 or 3 yard line. So we'll get our first look. Chick-fil-A starting lineup, starting with the quarterback. And he's a good one, as we talked about in the open. Jalen Hurts. Last year, 1 touchdown throwing, 3 on the ground, part of 132 yards rushing against the Volunteers.
You know what's amazing
ago.
about Jalen is no matter what question you ask him, he says, we're trying to win the championship.
He's only lost 1 game, and that was in the championship. 20-1 as a starter. Very cool customer. Met with him yesterday for a long time.
Yeah.
Got good starting field position. Actually marked it around the 37-yard line. Quick throw, quick out, completes. Calvin Ridley swarmed under on the Tennessee sideline. As we take a look at the rest of the offensive lineup for Alabama, and for Ridley, his 34th catch. That one a moment ago. The next closest is 11 catches, and that's by Bo Scarborough. So the other wide receivers don't get quite as much work as Ridley does. Damian Harris, a little hesitation in the hole, and then bounces it out for a first down. Defensively for Tennessee, Cortez Sapp's been in there for the injured Cortez McDowell all year long, and probably at his best game in the loss to South Carolina last weekend.
With all the injuries, does Tennessee have enough bodies? They played a lot of plays last week against South Carolina. Can they rotate enough up front?
Harris in motion. Hurts looks that way and then comes back the other.
Good play.
Ridley, about a 2-yard gain. Sean Schamberger making a start at corner, and he made the stop.
Sure did. True freshman started getting his start out there. Anticipates, beats the block, and gets there.
The 2nd down and 8. Jacobs and Harris both in the backfield with Hurts. Harris will follow Jacobs. Got it into Tennessee territory. So the first third down for Alabama coming up. Najee Harris checks into the Tide backfield. Alabama 42% on their third down conversions this year. They've got to get this one to the 42-yard line. Might be a blitz coming off the corner from Tennessee. And they will bring it. Hurts has to hurry. And what a catch by Ridley.
Wow.
That was Julio Jones, Amari Cooper like.
Totally. Man-to-man coverage, work it. And he works it beautifully that time. Boy, did he come back. Get that ball and snaps it.
First down at the 39. Crimson Tide's opening possession. Harris. Good run. 10 more, maybe 11. Well, the first time he touched it last week, he went 75 yards for a touchdown on the opening play. This one, he follows Jacobs again. Good blocking on the edge by Foster. And a first down run.
And Sean Schamberger had a good play on the first one, and then he was the recipient of a big-time play on the second one.
They mark it at the 30, so it's about 2 feet shy of a first down.
Damian ran right over him.
Harris behind Hurts. He'll get the handle. He'll get the first down, spinning his way down around the 27.
One more time, you're going to get the starting lineup. Come up, make some plays. Oh.
That hurts. Harris has done that to a lot of people this year. Scarborough now in the backfield for Alabama. First down at the Tennessee 26. They fake it to Bo. Jalen Hurts with the throw out in the flat. Complete. Jacobs, the cutback. Jacobs inside the 5. It's first and goal, Alabama.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's their 4th string tailback.
That's right.
Coming across, bootleg to the outside. Perfect throw. Watch his cut.
Got it all the way to the 5-yard line before they can stop him. First and goal, Alabama on their opening drive. They've mixed it. 4 runs, 4 passes. Here's run number 5. Scarborough down to around the 2. So we take a look at the Verizon Red Zone for Alabama this season. 37 trips. 3rd most in college football. And this time on their opening march, looking for a touchdown from the 2-yard line.
And as defensive coordinator Bob Shoop said, against Alabama with Jalen Hurts, they're always in the Wildcat.
Exactly. He's there with Scarborough. He's going to throw for it. Fade to the corner. Off the fingertips of Sims, incomplete. He's looking for a flag and doesn't get one. Rashawn Golden on the coverage.
Got kind of hooked a little bit on the play. See right there, a little bit of a grab.
I think Cam had a complaint there.
Yeah, Rashawn Golden just a little hook.
3rd and goal at the 2. Jalen Hurts, that extra running back you can't account for if you're a defense. But this is Scarborough. And he's close.
Yes.
Not in, though. 4th down. Batuli made this tackle. Saving a touchdown.
Here comes the big guys.
That means the elephant package coming in. Daron Payne, defensive lineman, all 309 pounds of him, will be one of the lead blockers. They're perfect this year on 4th down. If they stay perfect, it'll be a touchdown. Scarborough airborne, touchdown. touchdown. Bo Scarborough's 5th scoring run of the year.
12 plays, doing almost anything they want. And at the end, all power.
Andy Papanastis in for the point after. Perfect on 36 extra points this year so far. They've got a whistle before the kick.
Before the snap, false start, number 92, offense, 5-yard penalty, still a try.
So Williams was in there blocking on the touchdown with a false start. So we'll have this extra point coming from the 16-yard line. And it's up and perfect. So the opening drive of the ball game for the Alabama offense goes 63 yards in 12 plays. That was the capper. Bo Scarborough over the top, and the Tide leads 7-0. I think anybody that pays any attention to college football knows that Butch Jones is on one of the hottest seats in college football, and kind of like the Dow Jones, they've got the Butch Jones up and down. Hired back in 12 as 24th Tennessee head coach. Things were going good, and then it fell off a little bit. Missed 3 straight bowls. Then it was coming back. Won a bowl game in 2014, back down, lost 3 games after having double-digit leads in 15. And then a high spot 5-0 start with Josh Dobbs and company, then dropped out of the top 25. 3-game losing streak, and great win the final moments in overtime against Georgia Tech. But then final play, Florida beats them. Had a couple of games go down to the last play, and Butch, talking with you and Allie and I the other day, said, hey, we're 2 plays away from being 5-1, but they could have been 2 plays away from being 1-5.
And since that 5-0 mark, he's 2-7 in the SEC.
Ty Chandler, will he bring this one out? Thought about it. He'll take a knee and they'll bring it out to the 25. So Garantano with his 2nd series upcoming. Reminder to get the CBS Sports app for the fastest scores and inside access to Tennessee, Alabama, all your favorite teams. Download the CBS Sports app today.
First decision of the game for Tennessee. They went hurry up last time when they were there, but Alabama just ran 12 plays. You have to manage your offense, or this could get way out of whack with plays. Do you want to go fast against Alabama?
Empty backfield for Garantano.
If you go fast, you better make first downs.
Blitz coming. Garantano hangs in, throws a strike to his tight end, first down.
Great
Good throw and catch.
Good protection, too. Alabama comes off the edge, picked up well.
Ethan Wolf on the receiving end.
Look at that, great protection and good throw.
He shows signs, doesn't he?
Yes, he's got a great skill set. Good competitor, but obviously a step at a time.
John Kelly with him in the Tennessee backfield on a first down. Jordan whips around. They're going to throw it out to him in the flat. Nice catch, fingertip catch, and a good-looking play. So Tennessee's got something working.
And that's one of the things Tennessee has to do, is get the ball to different players. John Kelly has gotten the ball way too much in this offense. They've got to get other people involved, and they are so far.
Tim Jordan, good pickup. Got 8, 2nd down and 2 upcoming. The give is to Kelly. Got hit at the line, bounced off. I think he might have gotten the first down with a spot they gave him. The linesman's got his foot right at our yellow marker. And they're mixing it up a little bit. Officials get in there.
Needs about 1.5 yards. I think he might have squared it really, really close. I think he got it.
I think they gave him a good spot. Another look. Got knocked backwards, but his forward progress has given him a first down. Two tight end set. Ty Chandler, the freshman, in at the tailback spot. Garantano under center this time. And it's going to be a flea flicker. Alabama knew it was coming, but Garantano got away. He got back to the line of scrimmage and got whacked there.
Yes, Alabama knew it was coming, but Tennessee didn't. Their receivers never went out on the play.
So they got their wires crossed. There's the kickback, and Garantano said, where is everybody?
The receivers for Tennessee never went out. Watch.
They were standing around.
Yep.
It brings up second down at 10. High snap handled. Chandler. Whoa! Hello. Rashaan Evans, our highlighted guy in the Alabama defense.
And he's getting healthier and more dynamic all the time. Plays linebacker against regular offense, and then a nickel, he's an edge rusher.
Last week he had 6 tackles, 2 sacks, and that was a collision right there.
And now he'll be right here, coming off the edge.
Everybody looks to the Tennessee sideline on a third down and 11. The crowd into it for the Tide defense. As Gary said, there comes Evans and company. Garantano just takes off, fighting his way short of the first down, but he got it to the 45-yard line. We got an Alabama guy down, and it was Rashaan Evans.
It is. Let's see what happened here. Right there.
He came on the blitz, like you said. John Kelly's helmet kind of collided with it.
Yeah, it was inadvertent, basically, right?
Yeah, I don't even think Kelly was trying to block him. They just ran into each other. We'll check on Rashaan when we come back. 5:08 first quarter. Jalen Hurts in the huddle there is going to have to set up his offense around the 1-yard line as we do Project Smarter presented by Home Depot. I'm going to handle this one, Garrett.
Thanks, babe.
Save your voice doing Project Smarter. I'll tell you how you do it. You get a guy that kind of likes Vince Young, watching him when he's growing up, and then he starts playing like Vince Young. There's Vince Young to win a national title over USC. There's Jalen Hurts doing what Jalen Hurts does so well. Not only a great athlete, but a smart player.
And like you said, he kind of glides like Vince, you know?
I said to him the other day, I said, it's like you're on a hoverboard. And he said, it's just because I'm a long strider.
You know, when your offense is going well like this, you're happy to get the ball back here on the 2. You go, good. We got a chance to get 98 yards.
And use up the rest of the quarter.
Tennessee wants to make this a game. They need to get a stop.
Jalen about 3 yards in his own end zone. Blitz maybe coming off the corner. Now they back out of it. He throws calmly to Ridley, who mishandled it.
Not very accurately, though. Yeah, Ridley says, get it to my other shoulder. Same play that happened before. This time it was inside.
And it was canted on the coverage. So second down at 10. Now the first quarter has been pretty good to Alabama, and so is the second quarter for that matter.
Big opportunity for Tennessee here now. Second and long.
Harris trying to fight his way through out to the 10. Maybe a first down. What a run. Battling it in there with Bradley Bozeman. Jonah Williams leading the way.
Up front, just mashing them up front, and physical run that time. Sapp is holding on for dear life that time.
Amy had told us yesterday finishing plays is something he wanted to improve on. He finished that one out to the 13-yard line. Hurts, quick throw. This time it's on target to Ridley, and he's close to a first down. Damian Harris, things he wanted to improve on starting right after the loss to Clemson last year. He was telling us about this yesterday. He wanted to lose weight, which he got from about 232 down to about 209 right now. Finishing runs, not getting caught from behind. He hasn't had anybody catch him this year. One cut runs, pass protection. He's done it all. Second and a yard. Ridley in motion now, sets up on the left. It's Harris for the first down run across the 25.
And it was interesting when we visited with him. He said Bo Scarborough's success really helped him.
Yeah.
He said he was on fire. I needed to up my game.
Bo, of course, had a great game going in the matchup with Clemson before getting hurt in the third quarter of the national championship game. People forget that Damian had over 1,000 yards rushing last year. It's not like he had a bad season.
And I think Damian was disappointed that they didn't come to him after Bo was hurt. That's when he said, I'm going to get better.
He's got a breather, and Bo's in there right now behind Hurts. First down from the 25. Remember, Alabama started this at their own 2-yard line. It is Scarborough. Nice cutback. Almost got face masked, it looked like, as he got it out to the 30-yard line.
Ran that play right into a corner blitz and still made it go.
Such a wealth of running backs on this Alabama team.
Coming right from inside, see it, corner blitz, blocked by Jacobs well, makes a positive play.
That's about the third time Jacobs has thrown a wicked block here in the first quarter.
And he's supposed to be the finesse guy.
Right. We were saying the other day at practice, even the small guys on Alabama are big.
Jeez, amazing.
2nd and 5, Scarborough again.
Nice stop there.
And he got stood up by Batuli. Nice form tackle by Batuli as we check in with Allie.
Hey guys, Rashaan Evans is out of the tent. He's back on the bench. He's cleared to play. They're telling me it's an upper body injury, but no specifics just yet, but he is good to go.
That's good news for the Alabama defense.
That's specific for Alabama.
Upper body. It's close. It's the best you're going to get. Third down. Alabama needs to get it to the 35.
When will Jalen Hurts carry the football?
He might carry it right here. But he's out of bounds.
Yeah, he had the wide receivers that time were blocking for a bootleg, and it was covered well by Tennessee.
Let's get an update. Adam Zucker in New York. Zuck.
All right, Ness, one loss Virginia Tech. Back from a bye week, home against North Carolina. The defense getting after Chaz Surratt, causing the fumble, or influencing the fumble. Big Ricky Walker with the big scoop. Hokies score first, 7-0. Back to you guys.
Yeah, here we got a 4th down and a punt. J.K. Scott in for the first time today.
Interesting call on 3rd down. A play-action bootleg pass on 3rd and, medium or long.
And the pass was never made as Hurts was run out of bounds. Marquez Callaway back deep for Tennessee. Ooh, nice kick. Callaway's got a call fair catch and shags it down at about the 21-yard line. So Tennessee's defense did their job, gave up a little ground. Alabama moved it from their own 2, but forced a kick. Tennessee with the football back on offense when we come back to Bryant-Denny in a moment. Tomorrow, doubleheader day. First, the Panthers take on the Bears. Then Jim Tony and Tracy will have the Bengals and the Steelers getting together. Day kicks off with JB, Phil, Coach, Nate, and Boomer on the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines. Noon Eastern on CBS. Here, 1:11 remaining in the quarter. Tennessee on their last possession. Gary, looked like they had a little trick play going, didn't work.
If you talk to Tennessee's people all week, they said we can't beat ourselves. Big flea flicker called right here. Watch this. The right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing.
Marquez Callaway and Josh Palmer just sort of standing there, getting ready to run block. That's not how those work. John Kelly wrapped up for a loss of a yard.
I want to talk about Jared Garantano so far. A couple series. He looks okay, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he has to be careful, though. His backup quarterback is Nick Dormady, so he can't take a lot of hits.
Dormady, of course, started the first 5 games of the year. Garantano, this, if you missed it, his 2nd start. And in a tough place to play quarterback on the road at Alabama. 2nd down and 11. High snap again, but he throws off play action, and Wolf gets buried as soon as he made the catch by Levi Wallace. Third down and long.
That's the problem. You have to open it up against Alabama to make it work. If you're too careful, they defend it. Too safe.
Wolf had a first down catch earlier, but that was on a slant. He actually lost a yard on that one. And it brings up third down and 12. This is where you got to be very careful, but they'll wait until they get to the other end to be careful, because we played a quarter. And Alabama, the #1 team in the country, at the end of one, leads it 7-0. We'll return to Tuscaloosa after this message and a word from your local station. We played a quarter of the third Saturday of October, the 100th matchup between Tennessee and Alabama. Tied with a 7-0 lead. Tennessee with a 3rd and 12 from their own 18-yard line. Garantano has plenty of time in the pocket, and now he's going to take off and run with it. Gets collared at about the 25. Is going to be short of the first down. As we welcome you back to Bryant-Denny Stadium. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Allie LaForce. Nice tee you got working there. It's kind of like Tennessee, sort of like your voice so far. Some things have worked and sometimes it doesn't.
Well, that's 11 quarters now.
Yeah.
For Tennessee and 1 quarter for me, right?
Right. 11 quarters without a touchdown.
You know, the Tennessee defense has stepped up for one drive. Butch made a good decision to punt the ball on 4th and short. Game 7-0. Keep playing. Keep playing. See if the tide will shift the other way and the pressure would go on Alabama.
Tennessee to punt it away. And this one again goes out of bounds. Not a good kick. Second time, kind of a shank job by Daniel. TV's best night of comedy begins with The Big Bang Theory, followed by 9 JKL, Kevin Can Wait, and Me, Myself, and I. It all starts Monday at 8, 7 Central. Only CBS. Great lineup. Here they're going to line it up. Where did they spot that thing? A 25-yard kick. They put it right at midfield. So a guy that's been having a tremendous season punting the football has had a couple of bad ones in a row.
And Tennessee needs to be very careful now for a deep ball. They've thrown all those hitches. Sooner or later, you know they're going to go hitch and go or just try to go play action go.
You saw Jalen have final word with Brian Dable, the offensive coordinator, on the sideline. And there's the football with the tip right at midfield. Hurts has improved his accuracy tremendously from a year ago, say the coaches. He's only had one that was a little bit off so far today. Scarborough in the backfield with him. Calvin Ridley in a little motion. Here's the play action. He wanted the long ball, like Gary said, going deep and caught. Nope,
nice
broken
defense.
up. Broken up by Golden.
Golden might be their best player on defense. And he makes a beautiful play there. They wanted to go to Ridley on the play, but it was, at least in Jalen Hurts' decision, not there. Watch Ridley. He's going to go deep, and it's covered. I thought he should have let it go. Just throw it.
With a guy like Ridley, get it out in front of him and see if he can run under it. Instead, he goes to Sims, and then Sims shaken up at the end of that play as his head hit the turf.
But Rashad Golden stayed with the play, finished the play, and knocked it out.
Cam Sims came off under his own power. Senior out of Monroe, Louisiana. Maybe their best blocker on the perimeter, but was shaken up on that last play, going up for that ball. And his head hit the turf as he landed. So Jerry Jeudy, the freshman, comes in to take his spot on 2nd and 10 for the Tide offense at midfield.
Tennessee needs to be ready for the run now. Alabama will try to get 4 or 5 yards and make it 3rd and medium.
Scarborough.
Good defense.
Right at the line of scrimmage. Cortez Sapp was the first guy there. They got help from his friends.
The Tennessee defense is gaining a little momentum, a little belief that they can stop this offense. Sapp goes one way and then comes back away. The whole thing was well defended up front by that Tennessee defensive line.
Tennessee's pass defense is one of the best in the country. The problem is their rush defense gives up about 243 yards a game, so it's kind of skewed in that statistic. But here they got a 3rd and 10.
First charge timeout, Tennessee.
And they'll take a timeout right here as Jalen Hurts will trot to the sideline for Alabama. Have an opportunity to talk things over. So will the defense with Butch Jones. 7-0 Tide.
Seahawks action continues Sunday starting at 1:25 p.m. on Cairo 7.
More stars in the series premiere of SWAT. Thursday, November 2nd, only CBS. Allie, got an update on Cam Sims for us?
I do. Sims came out of the tent. He didn't appear to be in any pain at all. The team told me that he also is dealing with an upper body injury, but is cleared to enter the game.
And again, Sims was going on a jump ball, that pass from Jalen Hurts. And as he went airborne and came down, banged his head on the turf, and we assume that's the part of the upper body that's shaken up.
Tennessee had to take a timeout. They only had 10 men on the field on the 3rd and long.
They've done a good job to this point. Didn't give up that pass to Sims and then stuffed the run. Now we'll see what Alabama does on 3rd and 10.
One of the things they said is a problem is only rushing 4 against Jalen Hurts. He can scramble out of it. Bob Shute told me he was rushed more than 4 in these situations.
Hurts.
There it is.
There he goes. And Hurts is going to make him pay if he gets a block, but he doesn't. Nice job by Golden.
Yep. Ball came out late. It's exactly what Tennessee was worried about. When you rush 4, which they did that time, they were nervous about Jalen Hurts seeing the 4-man rush, feeling the lanes, and beating them with the quarterback run out of the pass play.
There's a great look at what he saw, and then he tried to get away around the umpire, and he was stood up by number 7, who's made some good plays here this first half.
Yeah, and Vickers retraced his steps and got back there on the tackle too, defensive end.
Marquez Callaway waits back around the 10-yard line of the J.K. Scott punt. And a whistle before the snap.
Delay a game.
Mark Curl's our referee. Not sure who this is on. Maybe Butch is going to decline it if it's on Alabama.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
All right. I'd be surprised if he did, because then running into the punter would be a 1st down. I'd take it the penalty and just make sure that that didn't happen.
That's exactly what he did. So Scott will let this one fly from around the 40. Callaway will call fair catch and take it at the 15-yard line. So Tennessee a big underdog, but only down 7 with 12.5 to go in the first half. Time for our trivia question. It is, which head coach has the most wins in this series? There's been some really good coaches. We know that Nick's done a pretty good job in this series.
Some other names.
We'll get back to you on that one in a few minutes.
So one of the problems with Tennessee, perhaps, is they've used John Kelly too much. He's had 137 touches coming into this game. The next highest touches, just touching the ball, was 30 by Chandler. But do they need Kelly a little bit? He's their most gifted running back. Give him the ball.
Here he comes. Down he goes after a 2.5, 3-yard gain. Raekwon Davis, one of the first guys there, and then that swarming Tide defense helped him out.
It's a great opportunity for Kelly to put something on tape against this elite Alabama defense. If you can run it against these guys, all the NFL scouts will notice.
He only got 3 carries a year ago, but of course it was a whole different backfield for Tennessee. Garantano with a 2nd down and 8. 4-receiver group in there for him. Callaway will come in motion toward the ball. And he's going to whip it out to him. That's a lateral. And Callaway, pretty good gain out of it. Flag, I think he got face masked. Maybe. If so, it's going to be a 1st down for Tennessee.
And again, another way of trying to get the ball to different players on this offense. Callaway is for the year has had only receptions.
Personal foul, face mask, number 6, defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
We saw a great shot of it. The penalty and the first down now for Tennessee.
Just think about it. Kellery has only touched the ball 12 times this year, all on pass receptions. Can they find some other ways to get him the ball? Jet sweeps, a lateral play like that right there. Expand this offense.
Galloway split out to the left. On a first down, empty backfield here for Garantano. Chandler in motion. They fake it to him. Garantano's going to be racked up in the backfield. Alabama saw that one coming all the way. And Evans and Davis make the hit.
So you want to play quarterback in the SEC against Alabama? Fake the jet sweep and go, uh-oh.
Actually, Josh Frazier, the first guy to meet him. So now in a bad spot, second down at 14.
And remember, South Carolina a week ago had 7 sacks against this Tennessee team.
They'll play it safe. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe Chandler, and that's third and long.
I don't have a problem with this. 7-0 football game. You do not need to make a big mistake on this side of the field. Alabama feeds off of turnovers.
They've had at least one in 34 straight games. Turnover, that is. And they're plus 11 in the turnover margin. Third and 14. Garantano pressured. In trouble. Got away from it momentarily. And then took a big hit.
And that's what I'm talking about. Those hits over the course of the game will add up.
Jeremy Pruitt, defensive coordinator, saying to us yesterday, it's kind of like a boxing match. If we just keep hitting him by the fourth quarter, he's going to get sick of getting hit.
It's called to affect the quarterback. And modern football, you're trying to affect the quarterback on runs or passes. Hit him no matter what.
Trevor Daniels had kind of a rocky first half punting the football. Let's see how he does here. Much better. Fielded at the 15 by Marks. And down he goes right there. Good coverage. Tennessee trailing only 7 on the road in Tuscaloosa. There have been bigger underdogs that have pulled off upsets in the last 10 years. If you take a look, Howard this year, in fact, over UNLV. And right now, Tennessee, a big underdog, but they have been playing tough.
I think they have, and that's really the key to playing Alabama. You have to match their physical play. You know, strategy's one thing, but if you can't match them physically, you have no chance. And Tennessee's doing that.
So now Alabama will work from the 15-yard line.
Just wonder when we're going to see that power running a game again. They've been throwing a lot on first down, the hitches. Are they going to go back and try to feed the ball to those running backs?
That's been their bread and butter this year. Averaging over 300 yards a game, which is tops in the SEC and 7th in the country.
Or perhaps unleash Hurts for a design run pretty soon as well.
He hasn't run by design so far today. Damian Harris. And again, Tennessee does a nice job. Stands him up at the line of scrimmage. Let's check in with Allie.
Nick Saban worked his way into the offensive huddle, and he just screamed, "Let's go." Also, the players, they were really satisfied to start this game, but on the sideline, they started to get pretty antsy, looking at each other going, let's get this party started.
Right. The longer Tennessee stays in, the crowd gets a little antsy.
Yeah.
The Bama players start looking at each other like, what's the deal? What's the deal?
There's a good look. Everybody sort of has their hands on their chin in the crowd right now going, what's up? 2nd and 9 is what's up.
Ooh, dangerous.
Incomplete. Boy, if Galton played that just a little better, it might have been a pick 6. He tried to work through it.
And I know what you're saying, but he played it pretty darn well, to tell you the truth. Watch Galton. Takes on the block, gets through it, and makes the play. Golden has been the playmaker on this Tennessee team.
Has he ever? Man.
Had 10 tackles a week ago against South Carolina. They held South Carolina at 129 yards passing.
That 10 tackles was his career high, so he's picking up right where he left off last week. Another 3rd and long situation now for Alabama, 3rd and 9.
Give them the same look with the linebackers in the middle. They come out of it again.
Jalen fires down the middle, and it is caught twice by Jerry Jeudy.
Wow, what a catch. That ball was not thrown in front of him. Jeudy had to stop, a true freshman, and make that catch.
Out of Deerfield Beach, Florida. And when I said he caught it twice, it's because he bobbled it and then brought it in back to the running game where Harris kept his balance. Man, he's got speed, he's got power, he's got balance.
And he's got a lot of desire. You know, I mean, he wants to put and show everyone that he's a featured back as well.
He's going to run right out of the stripe on his helmet there. Look at that. Put the hand down and get an extra 4 yards.
12 players on the field on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still first down.
And one of the reasons that happened, we're trying to show you a replay. Alabama realizes that Tennessee is changing their defensive personnel and snap it.
Caught him with too many guys out there, so.
Doesn't really seem fair that Alabama can go fast as well, does it?
First down and 5 as we approach 8 minutes remaining in the half. Blitz coming off the corner, and it's knocked in the air, and it's Rashawn Golden again.
Jeez, all over the football field.
Came off the edge, and Hurts threw it right into his hands.
Somebody asked me what players on Tennessee could start for Alabama. And I said, you know, I haven't studied it that much, but I know one for sure, Golden. He could play for anybody.
Had his first career interception in the Florida game we did. And as Gary said, he's been every place so far defensively today for the Vols. 2nd and 5, blitz from the other way. Harris straight up the middle. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, you got to give it to Bobby Shoop. He's not laying back. They're doing run blitzes on almost every play. It's a moving target, and Alabama's not cleanly blocking it.
3rd down and short, couple to go. Jalen Hurts numbers so far today. Damian Harris, this time he's got the first down. And it's going to be Golden that he takes for a ride, but another tackle by number 7, first down, Alabama.
He just looks like a different guy. He's so confident. He's so determined, Harris is this year. You can tell he feels like the #1 guy.
Play fake, quick throw in the middle. Tight end's got it with both arms wrapped around it. As Hetches takes the Volunteers down. The Volunteer defense, that is, down inside the 35.
Ness, O.J. Howard just called in and said, what is that, a tight end pop pass?
Damian Harris. Harris this time into the secondary all the way to the 20.
Late flag.
That's going to negate the best run for Harris.
Holding, number 73, offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Jonah Williams, the left tackle.
Well, Jonah Williams played as a true freshman a year ago at right tackle, and now he's playing the left tackle spot. Let's see what happens.
Oh, got a jersey.
Yep, right at the end.
He grabbed the 6 on Matthew Butler's jersey. Damian Harris gives a good hit to Micah Abernathy on the end of the run, but it all came back, all for naught. 1st and 20 now. And Jacobs will take Damian Harris' spot in the backfield for the Tide. To get our referee back where he belongs before we snap it here at the 43-yard line. Here's a blitz again. Hurts in trouble, got around Golden, and here he goes. Slipped on his own and goes down short of the 35.
Really love what Bob Shoop is doing, Brad. Every time he's bringing someone off the edge to force this Alabama defense to make decisions. To make decisions.
Hurts got 7 of it back. Second down and 13. Quick snap, quick throw behind Ridley, incomplete.
Ridley a little upset on that one.
Yep.
Looked back to Hurts and went, what are you doing? Put that ball in front of me.
He had a blocker in front of him, and he knew he had some green grass.
Watch at the end of the play when Ridley looks back and goes, come on.
That brings up third down and long.
Same look. Will they come inside with the linebackers? Third and very long.
Nope. 4 guys. Hurts stands in, fires, complete. And on the way to the end zone, the ball is out.
Touchback.
Flag down as well. Irv Smith looked like he was heading for a touchdown, but the ball popped out, and we'll wait and see on the flag. The officials huddled back at the 40.
Very reminiscent of the Florida game when Malik Davis fumbled it out of the back of the end zone.
So the officials have a committee meeting here before the call. I didn't see a preliminary indication, so we're going to have to wait.
Well, obviously, if it's on Alabama, Tennessee will decline.
Personal foul, hands to the face, number 1 defense. The result of the play was a fumble through the end zone and resulting in a touchback. However, the penalty is enforced from the end of the run. The spot on the fumble, first and goal.
Talk about a huge turnaround there. Looked like it was going to be Tennessee's ball, and instead, Alabama first and goal.
Right there, Kongbo. Yes, good call.
And then the play goes to Smith. He has it stripped from behind, but it doesn't matter.
And you could see the frustration on Butch Jones. Team makes a great play, makes a big play, which is what he's been asking for, and it doesn't go. The other odd part of this call is it's added on to the end of the play at the point of the fumble.
It's like pouring salt in the wound.
Yes.
You know? So they're going to put it all the way down around the 1-yard line. Another look from up top. The ball squirts out. Doesn't matter. Alabama, the recipient of the penalty, and first and goal.
So think about that. Right where the ball goes out, that's where the penalty is enforced.
Again, Quinnen Williams and Deron Payne will be lead blockers.
Yeah, Butch says that doesn't seem right.
It's not going to win the argument.
Nope.
So earlier from the 1-yard line, it was Bo Scarborough, the only touchdown of the game from the 1.
Well, they got that look in, don't they? The Elephants.
Yep, they got the 2 big guys in there. They got Damian Harris behind them. And a whistle. Another flag down.
Snap infraction, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Oh boy, Nick is going to explode here pretty soon.
He's keeping his calm right now, but it's back down to the 6-yard line. That changes everything. Yep. You could see Bozeman just kind of double pump it on the
center.
snap. Might be a case where he forgot the snap count. At any rate, it's out to the 6-yard line now. And they go back to a completely different look here, obviously, then with the wide receivers back in there. And Harris still behind Hurts in the backfield. He's going to get the call anyway. Damian cuts to the outside. Good job.
Yes, sir.
By the defense, and Abernathy led the way.
Well,
Second and goal.
Right at the point of attack. They force Damian wide. Watch right there. Right at the point of attack. And then he goes wide.
Good job by the linebacker and the safety. And second down and goal. We're under 6 minutes. 2 freshman receivers in there right now, Ruggs and Judy. Ruggs only has 4 catches this year, but they're all touchdowns. Hurts Scanning the field, lobbing it to the end zone. Broken up. Ridley had his hands on it, couldn't hold it, and he took a big shot from Warrior.
I'm surprised he didn't throw the ball right off the get-go to Ridley. Ridley ran it out, and I thought he was open. Watch Ridley run his out cut, and that's a good play. Throw it. Throw it. Oh, man. Now you got problems.
And you got problems with Ridley taking a big shot at the end of the play as he gets hit by 18. Funny spot. Warriors the guy that made the hit. And your legs are not supposed to go that way.
And if Jalen would have thrown the ball at the beginning, it would have been a touchdown. Or with a good throw. He had him.
And instead his top receiver limping off to the Alabama sideline.
One more look at Ridley's routes here. And you can't have much better than that. That's an easy throw. Schamberger's chasing, has no idea where the ball is.
And now with his #1 receiver out, at least momentarily, Jalen Hurts has 3 freshmen out there to work with. 3rd and goal. Pressured, and he'll take off. Hurts, flags are down. He's down at the 2. We'll wait and see what the penalties.
Well, I'll tell you, this Tennessee's secondary and linebackers are really coming up and playing physical football in this football game.
That flag looks like a defensive holding spot, though, where they threw it.
Holding, number 15, defense. Penalties half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Replay 3rd down.
So penalties on the freshman Schamberger.
Just about everything that could go wrong has gone wrong for Tennessee. Grabbed him just about as much as the other grab at the other end of the field, but this time he got caught.
Now it's back down at the 1-yard line again. That's where we started all this about 5 minutes ago. 2 tight end set. In fact, a 3rd one with Smith in there. Harris, the tailback, they fake it to him. Hurts from up on top. Waits until the last moment.
Man, that was dangerous.
4th down.
The 3rd down play action passes have not been working. Tennessee was ready for it. Covered well that time. Nowhere to go. Hurts just has to get rid of it.
And Nick Saban says, okay, let's put out an extra lineman. Let's get 2 defensive linemen out there. And let's try to run it in the end zone. But we're going to have a timeout first. A 4th and goal coming up for the Tide when we return.
Adam Zucker in New York. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Rick, BJ, and I get you caught up on today's action, including number 10 Oklahoma State escaping from Austin in overtime. Longhorns QB Sam Ehlinger on 3rd down. The interception. The Cowboys win as we go back to Tuscaloosa.
Sure BJ's really happy about that, Zook, huh? 7-0 Alabama. Just under 5 minutes to go. And the Tide coming back with a 4th and goal. They've got about 900 extra pounds out there of blockers. Williams, Payne.
Well, Bo went over the top last time, but he didn't make it by a lot.
The other guys, Jedrick, Wills rather. So you add that to the normal 5 up front. And this is definitely their elephant set. Their last touchdown on 4th and 1. Can they do it again? Scarborough did it last time in the 1st quarter.
Same play.
And the same result. Touchdown, Alabama. Well, it took them a long time.
Yep.
But they got it in there.
Big Deron Payne, number 94. Follow that guy.
As I said, 900 extra pounds over on that side, and Bo Scarborough for the 2nd time today in the end zone.
It wasn't pretty, I'll say that.
No, it wasn't. but it was effective enough. Papanastis extra point is good. 85 yards in 15 plays. Took him a little over 4.5 minutes. And Bo knows touchdowns. 14-0 Alabama. Coming up, Geico halftime report. Adam, Rick, and BJ will have scores and highlights from games earlier. Talk about this one. Look ahead to what is yet to come on this third Saturday of October. That is about 4 minutes and 48 seconds away.
And it's a key part of the game for Tennessee if they want to stay in it. Remember, Bama gets the ball in the second half. Tennessee only has 3 first downs. They need a couple to get out of this half. They don't want to give Alabama the ball now and then give it again at the beginning of the second half.
Alabama, to this point on the season, has outscored their opponents 183-26 in the second quarter.
That's good.
That's good. Yes. Chandler from the 4. And got it out maybe to the 22-yard line. And a little bit earlier, we asked you our Aflac trivia question. I know you've been waiting on this one. And the question was, which head coach has the most wins in this series? How about Bear Bryant?
Seems easy.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
16. But he's got, pretty impressive company, too. General Nealon, Phil Fulmer, 10, and Nick's riding a 10-game streak right now. Nick is 12-1 overall against Tennessee, 10-0 as the head coach at Alabama.
First down so big here. You get a negative play, Alabama's going to start using their timeouts, or Tennessee won't be aggressive.
Tennessee 50 yards so far in the first half. Play fake. Garantano is going to keep it. And he took another one of those hits.
That's Alabama's defense ate it up. Everybody that was out there was covered. It's almost as if they knew the play.
And now we got Trey Smith injured on the play. Their sensational freshman offensive lineman holding his left foot.
Yep. Second highest graded offensive lineman on the team. Started every game, and this time he must get rolled up. Yeah, right at the end of the play. He wasn't even standing up. Watch right here.
First he's tripped a little bit there.
Yep, and he's down there going, I got my guy. I got my guy.
I buried my guy.
Oh, man.
He takes a shot.
That is a bad break.
Well, we hope it's not a break.
Yes.
Freshman out of Humboldt, Tennessee. A big fella, 6'6", 320.
And he was blocking a big guy, Raekwon Davis, number 99.
Just got rolled up on by Isaiah Buggs at the end of the play. Not anything Buggs was trying to do. He was just involved with the tackle.
Right. And it seemed like he was down on the ground forever there. Tackling Garantano, and then he spins right into him. Oh. Come on,
and
get up, big
up.
guy. Get up, big guy.
Takes 3 guys, including the head coach, to come out there to lift him up. That's a good sign that he's going off on his own.
5-star recruit, prize of the recruiting class a year ago, and he's lived up to expectations.
So he's one of the leaders on the team, too, and that's hard to do as a freshman. So hopefully he'll be able to come back. In the meantime, 2nd down and 7 for the Vols. Ryan Johnson will take Trey's spot on that offensive front. Garantano 4 out of 5, but only 25 yards. And unable to get Marquez Callaway and some of those playmakers involved. Callaway's to the bottom of your screen. Garantano looking towards him, going deep. Callaway's there, almost a one-handed catch. Incomplete.
Well thrown ball, but well defended. It almost had to be perfect to get the completion. Levi Wallace was on the coverage. Watch how good this ball would have had to have been thrown. It was about a yard too far.
Yep. Marquez had a huge game in the season opener against Georgia Tech. 4 catches, over 100 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. Almost snared that one with one hand.
And he had that big catch against Florida that got him down to the 1-yard line where they didn't score.
Haven't converted a 3rd down in this half. 3rd and 7 as Garantano comes up to the line. The entire Tide defense looks over to Coach Saban and company. Garantano going down, and Levi Wallace.
Yep. Another one of those linebacker, money back, safeties, corners. They come from every angle. Coming right over here from the left side, way outside. And he gets inside, beautifully designed blitz from the corner.
Tackle couldn't handle him because he had his own business going on, and he cut inside him for the sack, forces a punt.
And how well put together. The defensive end rushes upfield. Wallace goes inside.
Xavier Marks back to return the punt. This is a good punt. Backs him up.
But it's returnable.
To the 25. That's where Marks will take off. Made the first man miss. Got 10, 15 more. Marks on the way back into Tennessee territory.
Returnable.
A good-looking return it was. 58-yard kick, but they took it 32 yards back the other way.
And it might be moving back.
Flag down.
A lot of talking going on in this one right here from the officials.
And here's the call.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 31, return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Keaton Anderson is the guilty party. It's not going to make Coach Saban too happy either. Negates a big play.
Let's see if we can get a picture of this. There he is right here. Ooh, it's close, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I thought he got his head in front of him. Keaton Anderson throws ahead. Boy, I thought he got his head across the body there.
I did too.
You know, I'm not a big fan of that block, but it's legal.
Yeah. Those used to be highlight plays, not penalties.
It was close, I'll say that.
So it backs it up to the 23. Ridley's back in there, by the way. Jacobs fights his way from maybe 3. And we're down around 3 to play the first half. Alabama going with a little tempo here. They've got 2 timeouts remaining and 3 minutes to work with. 4-man rush on Hurts. Fires wide open as Ridley. That time he put it on him. First down.
You're talking about turning a defender around that time. Watch this fake. Woo! Turns him completely around, spins him.
Ridley caught 72 balls last year. His best was his freshman year with 89 catches. And this time, Tennessee's defense does a nice job containing Jalen Hurts, who couldn't get out of the pocket.
Another corner blitz that time. Bob Shoop continues to be aggressive with his defense.
Ridley back out to the right side. Hurts on a 2nd down and 11 here from the Tennessee 49. Here comes an extra brusher as well. Hurts going deep. Ridley out there, overshot him, incomplete. The flag is down.
Boy, this has been a sloppy Alabama football game. This one might go the other way, though.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Number 1.
Jeez.
15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
That's Congo's second one.
Yes, and the last one was a killer. This one might be just as bad. Oh, it's a replay of the last one.
Carbon copy.
Yes.
Got Jonah Williams by the throat for the 2nd time.
And remember, the last one was on a turnover to the team. This one was just as big.
So a first down by penalty for Alabama. Just inside the 35.
Coaches want to go crazy with those self-inflicted plays.
Straight give to Jacobs. Follows his blockers. Jacobs down the sideline. Another big play by number 8. Keep rolling in different running backs. Well, doesn't matter.
This time was Matt Womack right there in the right tackle. Gets his man, pushes him around. Great read that time by Jacobs.
And again, Alabama goes hurry up. They go right back to Jacobs. Maybe a yard that time. Under 2 minutes, but Alabama driving down around the 10-yard line of Tennessee. All the time in the world. Jalen Hurts always has that look on his face. He is a cool customer.
And his team kind of plays just like him. He affects their stature and the way they walk to the line of scrimmage.
Verizon Red Zone's been good to Alabama today. 2 for 2 and touchdowns. Both 1-yard plungers by Scarborough. 2nd and 9. Harris, a little hesitation, and then straight ahead. Touchdown, Damien Harris. Third rushing score of the day for the Tide.
Yep, 2 personal fouls on the defensive line. Watch Damien set his foot and go. 1 cut, go.
Remember one of his goals, 1 cut runs? That was a 1 cut straight ahead.
Exactly what his goal was.
Papadastos for the extra point. High snap. Kick is good. So 1:18 remaining in the first half. Again, those were the personal improvement goals. And that one right there, the 1 cut runs. Well, the last one was a 1 cut 11-yard touchdown to cap a 77-yard march in 6 plays. Little over 2 minutes, and now it's 21-0 Alabama. Damien Harris gets in the act with a touchdown. For him, his 10th of the season. So 21-0 Alabama. With just over a minute to play in the half. A.K. Scott to kick. And this one will come out to the 25 for Tennessee. Tennessee had some opportunities, but penalties killed them.
Looked exactly the same. Remember the first one by Kongbo. Tennessee would have got the ball back. Led to a touchdown. That was a touchback that was called back and given the ball to Alabama at the 1. Here's the second one. Would have been 3rd and 10. Led to a touchdown by Damien Harris. It's tough enough to beat Alabama when you're playing smartly, let alone dumb.
So now 2 timeouts for Tennessee. 1:18 remaining in the half. John Kelly has been a non-factor today, and now Garantano down 3 touchdowns. See what they let him do. They're going to give it to Kelly on a draw. Kelly straight up the middle. That's his best play of the day.
Yeah, well-designed play. Fake the pass. It was a delayed draw. Alabama ran right by it. Kelly got in the secondary. Good play.
Down to a minute. Garantano wants to throw a screen. Lobs it out there to Kelly. And Kelly down the sideline. Another good game. Took a shot out of bounds. And they move the chains again.
I'll tell you, number 1 impression I've had is Tennessee has come here to play tough physical football. You know, they've accomplished that. Number 2 is Garantano does not seem to be overwhelmed with this game at all. I mean, it's not great, but he's not looking like a deer in the headlights.
Didn't get the first out. 2nd and 2. Garantano waits and waits and fires deep sideline for Callaway. Out of bounds, incomplete. Anthony Averett was covering back there.
Not a lot of separation, is there?
Nope. So now they need to get the first down.
Yep.
See if they keep it on the ground with 2 timeouts remaining. Looking for only their 5th first down of the day.
Having Mika Fitzpatrick out there is like having another coach. He's telling everybody what to do.
Including getting ready to come off the edge.
Tennessee takes a timeout.
Well, they burned one there. It's not what I was thinking about when they take their next time out, but they do. Get your weekend started when the Dolphins head north to battle the Ravens. Light up tonight. Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network. Here it's Alabama 21-0 over Tennessee with 48 seconds remaining, and now Tennessee's down to one timeout. Jarrett Guarantano making his second start quarterback for Tennessee, and as Gary said, really hasn't been his fault at all that they're 3 touchdowns behind. Let's see what he does. 3rd down and 2. He's got John Kelly with him in the backfield. Alabama thinking about a blitz off the corner. They back out of it. Comes from the other side, though, and Guarantano hit as he throws, but he got it out there complete. First down.
Hung in there, waited till the last second. Felt the rush coming in from Minkah Fitzpatrick and delivered a good throw.
Took a big hit. Callaway made it. Great catch on the sideline.
Points would be huge here for Tennessee, just knowing that they can move the ball. Tennessee substituted, so the officials allowed Alabama to substitute. They declined.
Just inside the Alabama 45, first down. Guarantano thought about running and now throws again to the sideline to Callaway. And he got about a foot out of that one. It's a catch, but very little gain. We're down at 35 seconds.
One thing that is noticeable, because of the injuries that Alabama had to edge rushers, they're not as dynamic as they were a year ago with Williams and Anderson.
Second and 10. 4 receivers out there for Guarantano. Waits too long. Down he goes. And it's Davis and Ray in there combining on the sack.
Beautiful stunt here this time by Davis. Anthony. And then a stunt behind him. Watch this. Go in, take up a blocker. Look at the secondary. Good coverage. Has to hold on to the ball. Sack.
Tennessee's not going to take their last time out either. They'll let the clock run out. Well, it stops at 2.
I wonder if they'll throw a deep one to Jauan Jennings. Oops.
He's not here.
That's right.
They wish he was.
Well, that is a point about Tennessee. 2 of their great players and their leaders, Devon Kirkland and Jauan Jennings, are not playing. It has hurt this team.
Both with wrist injuries, lost for the year. So now we got 1 play left. There's the big play guy, Marquez Callaway. And we assume we're going to see Jarrett Guarantano's arm on this last play.
It's a long throw. Let's say that.
Sure is. Line of scrimmage is going to be the 47-yard line. There's how far he's going to throw it.
Be interesting to see how Jeremy Pruitt defends it. Will he attack the quarterback, or will he defend deep? He's just
too
running
deep.
his normal defense.
Last play of the half, barring a penalty. Guarantano flushed out of the pocket by Payne. Now he really took a shot as he let it go. I'm not sure that play was worth it.
Geez, I don't either.
He lost his helmet and everything else.
Guarantano's a tough football player, I'll tell you that. This might help this Tennessee team the rest of the season because Alabama is teeing off on him.
Ooh, man.
Good for Jarrett Guarantano.
Tennessee heads to the locker room trailing by 3 touchdowns, but they got a tough quarterback out there. Alley's with the leading coach.
Coach, your team turned it around, but why the slow start offensively?
Well, you know, we didn't do very well in practice all week, so it's a good lesson that if you don't prepare right for the game, you know, you're not going to play well in the game. We don't have a lot of energy. We didn't have a lot of enthusiasm. I'm not really pleased with the way we played, even though in the last 2 drives we were a little better.
How do you make sure they have that sense of urgency that you asked for to start this game?
I don't know. I'm going to use all my psychological disposition that I can at halftime.
Good luck.
I'm trying to be nice to you.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you. Much appreciated.
He's at least smiling. That's pretty good.
Allie, if it would have been me asking that, it would have been a different answer.
Absolutely. You would have gotten the stare.
Yes.
That was about it. Well, Bo Scarborough twice from a yard out. Damian Harris once from 11 yards out. 21-0 halftime as we head to Zook and the guys in New York.
All right, thanks, Ness. Yeah, Nick Saban right back to that stare a moment later with the next interview. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Rick, PJ, and I will show you how Oklahoma State corralled an overtime win in Austin after this word from your local station.
As you look in on Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, just about set to start the third quarter with Alabama owning a 21-0 lead. And they'll get the football first to start the second half. That's Henry Ruggs back deep. Samaglia's kick. Returnable from the 9. Ruggs out around the 23-yard line, brought down there. That's where Alabama will go to work offensively. 21-0. Brad Nessler, Gary Downey's and Alley's on the field, and we'll see what the power of persuasion for Coach Saban, his philosophical whatever prowess.
Well, they played 8 straight games. The bye is coming up, and then the finish of their season. So if they get through this one, I think Nick will be ultimately happy. Tennessee, though, I think the good is they played physical. Jared Garantano was not, this stage was not too big. The bad, the penalties, and only 66 yards in the first half total offense.
Those self-inflicted wounds were terrible. They were backbreakers.
They don't have a turnover, but those 2 penalties were just like turnovers.
Play action. Jalen Hurts rolls and throws wide open. First down throw to Judy. And if he ever goes down, we're going to go down the field and check in with Allie.
Gary, you basically summed up my conversation with Butch Jones at the half. He said we were off the field twice, and then we hurt ourselves with the penalties. And he said when you make mistakes against Alabama, everything is magnified. He's really happy at how hard and physical they're playing. Just can't hurt themselves.
See if they can come up with a stop on the opening drive for Alabama. As Damian Harris almost kept his balance again and got extra. He did get a couple extra yards when it looked like he was going down. Schamberger made the hit. Harris with a touchdown in the first half. 62 yards now. 12 carries.
And the other good is I've swallowed a pharmacy and I'm feeling a little better.
Harris just weaving his way for the first down. And still going. Backpedaling his way across the 45. So a good start to this quarter for Alabama.
Interesting part of this football game here at the start of the second half. Alabama starts out with a play action pass on first down. And the other thing that really strikes me is they have not designed to run any plays for Jalen Hurts.
He throws a strike to Ridley and another first down. So the trends from the first half kind of carrying over right now. The running backs doing their job. Scarborough and Harris combining for 3 touchdowns. Garantano 7 out of 11, but only 38 yards, and he was beat up, including the last play of the second quarter when he really took a shot. And Tennessee still hasn't scored in the last 12 quarters. And Sean Schamberger, their starter, true freshman cornerback, shaken up on that last play.
And I think Kendall Vickers is down too, is he not? I think 2 players are down.
2 Vols down to the same spot almost.
It is.
We'll check on both those guys when we come back.
Welcome back to Tuscaloosa. 2 Tennessee players went down on the field before we went to break. We're back. Kendall Vickers is being stretched out. They were stretching his quads. Important to keep in mind, he was being stretched out before the half started, too. And Sean Schamberger is back up on the sidelines and cleared to return.
So that makes Shaq Wiggins the corner right now, and it moves Alexis Johnson into Vickers' spot, at least for this snap.
And that's because you're seeing Shaq Wiggins because Justin Martin, their young corner, is injured and not playing in this football game. That's why you're seeing Schamberger to begin with.
Well, the only thing that stopped Alabama's offensive march here early in the third quarter is the injuries to 2 players for Tennessee. They've moved it from their own 24-yard line. Joe Scarborough got a couple more. Khalil McKenzie in on the stop. Again, Alabama going with some tempo here. Just inside the Tennessee 30. Scarborough out in the flat. Hurts fakes it to him and comes down the middle. Complete first down.
I'll tell you, one of the questions or critiques I had of Alabama a year ago with Jalen Hurts is they refused to throw the ball over the middle of the field. As Jalen Hurts has grown, and with Brian Daboll in the offense, they're starting to throw the ball in the middle.
Back to the ground to Scarborough.
You know, most games, it doesn't hurt Alabama. But Alabama, when they play their games, we talked to Nick about this. There's Brian Daboll right there, new coordinator. They're playing with a mind on Clemson, Ohio State, Georgia, down the road.
And down the middle and a touchdown to Smith. This time he holds on to it. Doesn't let it bobble out of the back of the end zone, and the Tide with a 14-yard touchdown pass.
Plays that we did not see a year ago, we are seeing this year. Jalen Hurts has earned the confidence of this staff from Alabama. There he is, tight end, right down the middle. You're going to attack that running game, you attack the middle of the defense.
Wide open Smith for the touchdown. So everything Brian dialed up on that drive worked. And the extra point works as well. So just like that, Alabama comes out of the locker room after hearing from their head coach. Goes 76 yards in 8 plays. They cap it with a touchdown pass. It's 28-0. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Cricket Wireless, New York Life, Outback Steakhouse, and by Geico. Paul Bear Bryant Museum, not too far away from Bryant-Denny Stadium. Nice to have a museum and a stadium named after you. It's because you won a lot of games here. And there was a lot of players of the game, I'm sure, in that museum. And with that, don't forget, later in the game, Play of the Game presented by Napa Auto Parts.
Have you had anything named after you?
Nothing. My daughter.
Yes, I was
well,
going to say.
She's a
kids.
Nestler anyway.
Yeah,
that's
right.
it. Tennessee has gone 28 days since their last touchdown. And that young man desperately wants to get him one, but now he's in a 4-touchdown hole.
Remember when Tennessee had the ball with 5 minutes to go in the half, 1st and 10, I said this is a dangerous part of the game. They went 3 and out. Alabama scored. Alabama gets the ball. It goes from 14-0 to 28-0.
Just like that. The kick will go to the goal line. To Ty Chandler. Chandler spins out to the 25. So he earned that one. There's a flag down, though. So his 25-yard return might be coming back.
During the return, holding, number 48, return team. Half the distance to the goal for the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, Jarrett Garantano's only been sacked twice, but he's been pressured more than 10 times. Whether he tries to run it, bootleg it, or drop back in the pocket, that Alabama defense has given him fits.
That was the shot he took on the last play of the half that he won't forget for a while.
Yeah, that was a questionable play. They weren't going to even throw it that far. You know, he took a huge hit.
That's one they could have saved. So with a penalty, it was spotted. The flag was around the 20.
And remember, they took a timeout to call that one.
Yeah. They work inside the 10-yard line. Zach Kelly, hard-earned 2 yards.
I can guarantee you right now, this Alabama defense is smelling shutout. They're very aware of what Georgia did to this Tennessee team, and they now want a shutout.
Georgia, a 41-0 game that we did. And of course, Alabama, a 59-0 win over Vandy that we did.
Georgia held Tennessee to under 150 yards total offense in that game.
A lot of people think the collision course for Atlanta will be Alabama and Georgia. Still got a long way to go. Georgia off this week before we head to Jacksonville next week. Garantano sacked for the 3rd time, and he's mugged inside the 5. Levi Wallace, first guy there. Isaiah Buggs joined him.
Boy, I'll tell you, in these situations, there's not a lot you can do. Same blitz again. Levi Wallace coming from the right side, and it's almost a feeding frenzy right now.
So now they're really in a tough spot. 3rd down and a mile. And Garantano's going to be in his own end zone to take this snap.
Center judge is talking to Coleman Thomas whether he's injured.
Well, he was down for a while.
I know.
And now he's coming out.
Yep. Now we wonder if they'll put Jashawn Robertson back at center.
Meanwhile, the crowd down there is going to make it tough.
And I think Robinson will go back to center.
So now the snap's got to be clean. Garantano's 2 yards deep in his own end zone when he takes it. Draw play to Kelly. And Kelly, nice run, held out of the ball, almost got a 1st down.
Sure did. I'll tell you, Kelly is showing his skills. He's a physical runner, very quick, tough to get a big hit on him because of his size, and he likes to play football.
Got him a little breathing room for the punter at least. Trevor Daniel, who's had an up and down day. Marks had a nice return. The last punt negated by a penalty. Got a back pedal. He'll get a shot at this one, though. Over the shoulder catch. Not quite a catch. Whoop, picked it up. Was his knee down?
Apparently not.
Got it out to the 23-yard line.
They had a couple bobbled punts a week ago.
Yeah. And 3 in a row. That one hit his shoulder pad, bounced up, and then I thought maybe his knee was down right there.
Did it?
Apparently not.
Nope. Dude, dangerous, though. Dangerous.
Jalen Hurts on the Alabama sideline. His 9th touchdown pass on the last drive.
And it wasn't just one pass over the middle. There were 3 of them to take this Tennessee defense and give them different problems. Apparently at halftime, Alabama went in and said, we're trying to do too much perimeter. Let's go to the middle. And it was open.
I remember Irv Smith had a catch earlier, but lost it out of the back of the end zone on that penalty. But that last drive, perfect.
And we're going to switch it up at quarterback.
That's one thing. Jalen Hurts hasn't had to play the entire game. Tagovailoa, the freshman quarterback who we saw really whip it around against Vanderbilt, gives off to another freshman, Najee Harris. Remember the play that Tua had against Vanderbilt that we just looked at each other and went, wow, how did he do that?
Still hard to believe that he could readjust his eyes that fast and judge this throw. And, you know, we weren't the only one that was impressed with that.
No, in fact, his own teammates were.
Yes.
Najee Harris first down on the toss.
Well, and just as nice, his quarterback teammate, Jalen Hurts, was impressed with it. Watch this great reaction from Jalen.
He's like, all right. And then probably said, how did you do that?
I know good, and that's good.
Tagovailoa out in the flat to Harris again. So they got the passing game going on right now, freshman to freshman. Some of the passes that Tua threw in that Vanderbilt game we did would make your eyes pop.
Oh, yeah, he's got a gift. There's no doubt about that. Jalen's got a unique set of tools, but that guy can throw.
And that was a good throw, too, but Ridley couldn't handle it, and now flag comes in. It's going to be pass interference on Schamberger.
I know Joe Namath's here at the game. He's probably going, that kid can throw. Look where that ball is put. perfectly without interference. That is A to B
Pass interference.
as fast as you can
Number
do it.
15 defense. The penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
And if Jalen is done for the day, those would be the numbers he has. We were looking at comparison statistically of Jalen last year and this year, and they were almost completely the same. But the problem is he doesn't get to play in the second half.
He's not going to get the yards, you know, and they're not running him as much this year either. Remember, he came here to be a pro quarterback, not to be a quarterback draw quarterback.
So back in Tennessee territory, Alabama with a first down. Tagovailoa out on the flat. Ridley, the open field. What a move. Got down to the 41.
Just the subtle things that Tua can bring to a pass offense. He was ready to throw that ball downfield, and at the last second, he readjusted, knew where his outlet was, and delivered a strike. Again, he has unteachable skills in throwing the ball.
Second down and 3. Najee Harris hesitates a little bit and then dives forward. He's short for the first down. He'll bring up third down at about a yard. So the first half of the third quarter totally belongs to Alabama. See if they can keep the drive going up third and short. And Tua is going to carry it himself.
There hasn't been a called run for the quarterback all game. And so Tua Tagovailoa,
and he keeps it and gets a first down.
That is funny.
The thrower becomes a runner and has a first down at the 37. And he's going to quarterback draw this one. Tua Tagovailoa down to the 20-yard line. Back-to-back runs.
You talk about scouting report busters. Jalen Hurts comes out throwing over the middle, and what happens? They let the passing quarterback run.
This will keep the defensive coordinators awake at night for the next 5 weeks. Back to Harris. They're back in the red zone, where they have been spectacular today with touchdowns.
And it'll keep the coaches in this league going, wait a second, I'm dying for a quarterback and they got 2?
Yeah. Now Josh Jacobs comes back into the Alabama backfield.
You know, and he also, Nick Saban wanted him to play with the first group in here.
Back to throw, zips it complete to Ridley, first and goal.
Put it on the outside hip, away from the defender, can't stop it. We are at a little bit of an angle from our box up here, and you could see that opening up exactly that way, the way the ball was thrown.
Back to the ground they go. Jacobs inside the 5 before he's pushed back.
Watch the curl route come right up to the middle right there. Stop, ball to the outside shoulder, perfectly done.
Jacobs wrapped up at the line of scrimmage that time. It'll be third and goal. You know, even practice the other day, watching Ridley run routes.
Oh,
he's a great route runner.
He's a lot like Amari Cooper, a tactician in his routes.
He's up top on third and goal. Blitz coming. Tagovailoa waits, fires, and intercepted by Batuli. The linebacker going the other way. Batuli down the sideline. Big play for Tennessee's defense. He's still going. Inside the 20, he's going to score. Touchdown, 97 yards.
I think it was a one-handed interception.
Well, they've been looking for a chunk play. They get it from their defense. And there is the end of the streak of 28 quarters without, or 28 days without a touchdown. That's a long way for a linebacker to run. He did a job of it.
It's interesting. Batuli never moves. He's the middle linebacker. He's spying, and he never moves to get the interception.
Extra point coming up.
He was trying to go to Ridley on the play as well.
We'll get another look at it after the extra point by Samaglia. First touchdown since the second quarter against UMass. It's a long time ago.
First unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game. This is a touchdown.
So Tennessee finally on the board, trying to make it 28-7. Up and good. So with just over 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter, Volunteers on the board.
Check out Batuli right here. He's playing middle linebacker in this set. He's right there. And the pass is going to go to Ridley at the back of the end zone. They connect. The ball is thrown hard, and he stands there, and boom, right to him. Never moved his feet.
He did after that, 97 yards of moving his feet.
I thought Cam Sims was going to get him. And number 18, Nigel Warrior, kind of shoved him right by on the play.
And then the penalty. Oh, okay, there's the penalty. Yeah,
not a good idea.
Not a good idea. Had a pretty good game up to that point, Rashawn. A happy linebacker after a 97-yard romp with an interception for the touchdown. A pick six that went a long ways, but then his teammate with two finger salute makes the kickoff from the 20-yard line.
Well, you will have to say defensive coordinator Bob Shoop had Batuli lined up in the right spot.
Right on the right spot. So this is going to be returnable on the kick. Let's see where Ruggs will take it. Right at the 20. Ruggs comes near side. Pops out to the 40. Still on his feet. He'll go down at the 40. Well, confident on the field and in the classroom. Here's today's Scholar Athletes, presented by Quicken Loans. Brett Kendrick, offensive lineman for Tennessee. And likewise on the offensive line, Ross Pierce-Baker for Alabama. Quicken Loans' commitment to the investment of our future shown today by donating $1,000 to Tennessee and Alabama's general scholarship funds.
Really like that Alabama is not going to go back to Jalen Hurts here. I mean, you know, a lot of good things that happens. You throw the ball over the middle. That time it was thrown about a foot too low. Taking him out now would not be great.
Whoops. They almost dropped the football. Check in with Allie.
Guys, Daniel Batuli was talking with his teammates on the bench, and he was still trying to recover from that long run, but he told him a story. He said, when I caught that ball and I looked up, I thought, oh, crap, I got to run all that way, and they all started laughing.
Well, it's the fourth longest interception return in Tennessee history. Evan Berry had the longest 100-yarder in the Outback Bowl a few years ago. Now Jacobs holds on to this one, and he's still going into Tennessee territory.
So it may be that Alabama will not punish Tua for leaving the game, but they may not let him throw.
Well, they don't need to throw right now with a 21-point lead and 5 minutes left in the third quarter. I'm sure he'll put another one up sometime.
Yep. Here it is.
Right here. Out in the flat, perfect. Out to Heschitz, the tight end, still going. And a first down. Dale Hedges, one of the captains today.
Get it out of your hand, get it to your playmakers, let them do something.
And Warrior, instead of trying to bring him down, was trying to hold on to the football, and Hedges was saying, I got this. And now Micah Abernathy's down for Tennessee. Check on him when we come back. A little under 5 minutes remaining third quarter.
Guys, welcome back. Micah Abernathy dealing with an injury. I have yet to be told exactly what this injury is, but I can tell you that earlier in the game he was dealing with a lot of cramping. They had him moving around on the sideline anytime he was on the sideline riding the bike, giving him extra electrolytes, so it could be related to the cramping.
Okay, Allie, thanks. The junior out of Atlanta. And with him out, Theo Jackson comes in to play that spot in the secondary.
Right, and still no Justin Martin, so you know he's not able to play.
Tagovailoa fires complete. And it's Ruggs. Judy, beg your pardon. Jerry Judy with a first down catch.
Tagovailoa wanted to go to the back in the flat. It was covered. He was patient. Then he readjusts and delivers.
Well, first down at the 13. Play fake. Tagovailoa to the corner, threw it over everybody. Incomplete as we go to Adam Zucker in New York. Studio for a Ford update, Zuck.
All right, Ness, we're in the fourth quarter on CBS Sports Network. Navy clawing back against undefeated UCF. Give the fullback some love. Anthony Gargiulo. It's 24-21 with 12 minutes to go. Zach Abey out of this game for the Mids. Back to you.
Love giving the fullback a little sugar. We don't have to worry about that today. Nobody's got a fullback on either one of these teams.
That's right.
Second down at 10 from the 13. Jump cut by Jacobs down to the 10.
You know, I've been really impressed with the physical play, especially on the defensive line. And let's salute Brady Hoke, defensive line coach for Tennessee. Got his guys ready to play.
Former Michigan head man.
Went out to Oregon for a year, and he head back to Tennessee.
He's working it on the sideline. Third down and 7. They fake the blitz, back out of it. Tagovailoa. Flag down. It's going to be a holding call. It goes short to Jacobs. Made a couple guys miss, but I think it's all coming back.
Probably be declined.
Yeah. Tell you what, he's got that spin move down in the backfield, doesn't he? We just showed you the one from the Vandy game. Whoop. But then it took long enough to one of his guys is guilty back there. I'd love to have brakes that good on my car.
Well, he is calm. Those two quarterbacks. Hurts
Holding number 75 offense. The penalties decline. The result of the play is fourth down.
Tagovailoa and Hurts both very calm, no anxiety. Neither one of them.
Right. Papanastis will come out to try a field goal. He's 12 of 15 on the year.
And the plays now in this game, because of the interception return, is one of the reasons. 70-30 in the game.
There's Andy's numbers. 46-yarder was against Colorado State. This one will be from just outside 25. And the kick is up and good. So Alabama tacks 3 more onto their lead with 3:13 remaining, and it's 31-7 tied. We go to another good rivalry next week. Best game for the best conference. The Bulldogs of Georgia, the Gators of Florida. Dogs, best start in 12 years. But the Gators have always been a burr under their collar. That's next week. Starts with State Farm College football today, 3 o'clock. And then Allie, Gary, and I'll bring it to you from Jacksonville next Saturday. CBS Sports. So Alabama, a 28-yard drive. They didn't have to go very far. In 8 plays, just under 3 minutes to get that field goal.
And remember, the plays are mounting up against Tennessee. Can't stop them. And Tennessee's offense had the ball once for a 3-and-out in the third quarter.
And this one will come out to the 25 and give us a chance to remind you, coming up Wednesday on CBS, David Boreanaz stars in a new drama about the most trusted team in the war on terror. SEAL Team, new episode Wednesday after Survivor, only CBS.
That's my kind of show right there.
You like that one,
Yep.
don't you?
Yep.
This you don't like so much if you're a Tennessee fan. That's not good.
That's the look. 74 yards total offense.
That's what, 2.5 yards a play, maybe? Something like that. They'll work from the 25. And again, their only touchdown was a 97-yard interception returned by their linebacker, Batuli. Chandler and Kelly both in the backfield with Garantano. And now Chandler flushes out of there. Kelly goes straight ahead.
Nice run.
For 5.
Nice run.
If you had about 30 of guys like number 4, you'd have a really good team.
Totally. And he runs, and he always falls forward.
Picked up 5, second and 5. 43 yards for John.
And Ja'Shawn Robinson just went out of the game, I think. That ball, that last play was run right at him, too.
Kelly again. Wow, look at that. That's what Gary's talking about. That looked like he was going to stop for a 2-yard gain. He got a first down.
And believe me, we were talking to Nick Saban about what NFL scouts look at, and he goes, they don't care how many plays you run. We get cut-ups. You show me 15 good plays, I might draft you. People will look at Kelly running that ball right there against Alabama.
Kelly now comes out as a wide out in the slot. Empty backfield for Garantano. Oh, he waited too long, and he got leveled by Rashaan Evans. Evans is getting quicker every week. The healthier he gets, the faster he gets.
Watch Minkah Fitzpatrick direct everybody on the field right here. Here he is pointing everybody to switch. He changed the blitz from one side of the field to the other and allowed a mismatch up front. Perfect job by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
He is some kind of player. He can play rush linebacker. He can play nickel. He can play safety. He plays corner.
Head coach.
Directs everybody.
Yeah, head coach.
Kelly. Wow, another good run. And Nick Saban loves guys like Minkah Fitzpatrick. This is what he had to say about him. Well, as anybody's ever coached in terms of work ethic, finishing plays, conditioning, phenomenal, important to him. He loves to play. He doesn't want to come off the field even at practice. Well, they want to get guys reps, and he's like, no, I want to stay out here.
How about before the game? He was out here an hour and a half before the game.
Running.
Look at him. He's all over.
Getting everybody lined up. Third and long. Garantano had it batted down at the line of scrimmage, and he hit the deck as well. Minkah Fitzpatrick, onside kick against Texas A&M, does everything.
You know who he plays like? Troy Polamalu.
Nice, yeah, good one.
You know, he just stood in the game, physical, coaching on the field. He just a perfect football player.
Minkah said, yeah, coach does yell at me sometimes, like on that onside kick. I was supposed to just hit the deck instead of try to run it back for a touchdown. Here's a punt. Marks catches this one cleanly at the 11 and pops it out across the 20. Got an update. Adam Zucker in New York.
All right, Brad, following a potential upset in the Big 12, number 9 Oklahoma at Kansas State, where Alex Delton's making his second career start and doing his best. Jesse Ertz right there after a Baker Mayfield interception. 21-10 Kansas State at the half. Back to you.
Wow. Tough place to play. Manhattan. Here's another tough place to play. Tuscaloosa. Alabama 31-7 as we're just about done with the third quarter. If you missed it, Jalen Hurts played into the third quarter, and then Tua Tagovailoa took over, and he's still in there, and he'll play the rest of the game. And he's playing with another freshman in the backfield right now, Najee Harris, who gets the handle here. Najee, nice cut behind his blockers, and out to the 29-yard line, and that should just about do it for quarter number 3.
When you go to practice, you cannot believe the size of Najee Harris. He's like 6'3", 225, glides with the football.
A little bit like Derrick Henry size-wise.
Yes, he is.
We played 3 at Bryant-Denny Stadium. End of the third quarter, the score, Alabama 31, Tennessee 7. In the 100th meeting between the Vols and the Tide. We'll return to Tuscaloosa right after this message and a word from your local station. Set to start the fourth quarter in Tuscaloosa. Alabama up 31-7. And they've got a second down here and 4 to open up the quarter from their own 29-yard line. Here's a give to Najee Harris, who cuts back up to the middle of the field and all the way out to the 46-yard line. So that's the way you open up the quarter. Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson with you from Bryant-Denny Stadium. You know, Alabama fans, they expect a 50-point win every week because, quite frankly, they win by 50 a lot of times. But they're pretty efficient, even though they were sloppy in the first half.
Yes, they are. And even when they're not playing great, you can see all the talent. I mean, they make plays outside of the offense, you know, and they've got a lot of parts. Obviously, go to practice, you see player after player. There's so much competition in practice to get on the field.
Including guys like this, the freshman tailback who's got it out to midfield.
You know, Thursday we went out there, Brad, and I asked the coaches and we asked Nick, I think they ran 100 plays in practice on that Thursday.
And he started doing the certain situations, and he knew exactly. We had 28 plays of this, and you got to 100.
17 plays in blitz, and we were 100. Think about that. Their offense, and they do individual period, just in team period, ran 100 plays in practice on Thursday.
Play action. Tagovailoa fires. That was a good pass, too, but Smith couldn't quite hold it. And Schamberger was back there on the coverage. Weeks ranked #1 in the AP poll in the last 9 years. Well, there's a little difference between Alabama 66 times and look at the rest of the crew here.
Right.
Florida's next.
I think combined you have to get all the way to Oklahoma, Southern Cal.
You're doing more math over there again. Getting back to what Nick said when you said, did you run 100 plays? It was amazing. To me that he named every single practice as far as how many runs, how many blitzes, all that stuff.
Let's see, you went inside run, plus 20, blitz period.
2 minute.
2 minute.
Right. That pass. Oh, if that's a catch, it's unbelievable. Did he keep his feet in? Cam Sims, he had to stretch all 6'5" of that and keep the tiptoes in. Wow. First of all, the ball's almost out of bounds, and look at that.
Beautiful. And watch the quarterback go through his reads. Looks to his right, looks to his left, goes down the middle, and then he throws way on the sideline.
I'm sure when Tua let go of that, he thought, oh, I threw that one too far out of bounds, but Sims had other ideas, and now Harris on the ground rips off another first down run.
You saw the guys covered in that last look. All over. He went right, left, middle. Oh, there's a guy way to the outside.
Way to the outside.
Yes.
And they're approaching the red zone again, the Tide. Harris flares out of the backfield. Tagovailoa. Oh, what a fake, and touchdown, Alabama. I thought he was the passer.
That's almost rubbing salt in the wounds, isn't it?
23-yard touchdown. And there was a move in there that broke some legs and hopefully didn't hurt some Tennessee players.
A little motion to the outside, quarterback draw. You got Bozeman in front. He nails his guy. Ooh. And then Tagovailoa just makes the safety whiff.
Micah Abernathy missed him by about 2 yards after he put his foot in the ground and took it the rest of the way for a touchdown.
Amazing play calling. Brian Dable is bringing that feel that he had when he was the coach at New England. Remember, one of the things that New England would do is run a different offense almost every week. That's what he's brought here. I got my running quarterback passing. I got my passing quarterback running.
He's not going to have Tom Brady running, but he's got two guys here that are young with young legs. Here's another look. Watch this move.
Boom. Not even a touch. They were playing flag football. He wouldn't got him. And I think Sapp and Schamberger were both hurt on the play.
And they're going off.
Yeah, Schamberger was right there on the tackle at the end of the play for when the touchdown was made. And this defense is wearing out now.
Yep. Still 13 minutes to go. The highly touted freshman known for the spin he can put on that ball with that left arm of his, and instead did it with his legs to cap off that last drive.
I bet you we got a great reaction from Jalen Hurts again on that one.
Yeah, talking on the sideline is Papanaskison for the point after, which is up and good. A 77-yard touchdown march in just 7 plays.
Watch the block by Bradley Bozeman, the center. Watch Bozeman here. Sets it up. Seals it up.
And then Tua does the rest. His second rushing touchdown of the year. This one from 23 yards out. His offensive coordinator says, I'm loving this. 38-7 Tide.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
Well, Alabama today, tough on everybody, but the Volunteers were tough on themselves today. A couple of key penalties negated what would have been a touchback right there. The hands to the face by Congo. And then the Tide just rolling along over 500 yards again. And we still have a long way to go. Their backs have done it. Damian Harris did it from 11 yards out. Bo Scarborough twice from a yard out. Then Jalen Hurts goes to work down the middle to Irv Smith. Jalen 13 out of 21, 198 and a touchdown. And it's been tough on Jarrett Guarantano today, making his second start ever. And the Tide defense has roughed them up. They got their one score by Batuli, the linebacker, taking that throw, intercepting it, and going 97 yards for a touchdown. That's the only thing Tennessee's been able to do as far as putting points on the board, however. And then there was a field goal added by Alabama. And then finally, moments ago, ankle breaker right there by Tua Tagovailoa. Touchdown, 23 yards. That's where we sit. 38-7.
Now you got to keep an eye on how long will Alabama keep their starters, regulars on defense out there. Remember, they played 8 straight games. They have a bye week before LSU. But if they're going to have a successful season, they want to play 15 games.
Yeah, that's right. We'll bring it out to the 25 for Tennessee's offense. Look kind of big picture, news and notes around the country. Player we really enjoyed spending time with, Jordan Sherrod, out for the season with a hip injury. Yankees, Yankee Stadium might be busy, so they're going to move the Maryland Rutgers game. And the first poll coming out in 10 days for the college football playoff, as the playoff will be ended at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And that's where we'll be the first week of December for the SEC championship game. And will it be Alabama there again? Or will it be Georgia to meet them? Well, we still got a lot of football left to figure that out. But right now, Alabama looks like they're heading that way. Here's Ty Chandler giving some ground to try to gain some ground, and he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. We talked with Micah Fitzpatrick yesterday. He says, I've seen Guarantano played against him in high school. St. Peter's Prep. You see Micah on the right. Guarantano getting dragged down 49-20. That game, they beat him twice that year. He said, you know what? We got down to him in the first half, but we came back and we pretty much creamed them.
Well, Minka's quarterback was Brandon Wimbush, the quarterback for Notre Dame.
That's right. There was some speculation that maybe those two would go together at Notre Dame, but he has come here and flourished from the north to the south. Handoff. Ty Chandler trying to get to the edge. Got about a yard and then got hammered by Averett as we head to Adam Zucker in New York. Zuck.
All right, Ernest, Mark Richt, the number 8 Miami, second longest winning streak in the country, and going long against Syracuse. Malik Rozier, 48 yards for Jeff Thomas. Syracuse answered, though, with their first touchdown of the day. A 7-point game as the fourth quarter begins. Back to you.
It's funny watching, reading in the Atlanta papers this week, what a good deal it is for both teams. Kirby Smart in his second year, Mark Richt in his second year, both doing great.
Well, we all know, that Mark Richt can coach. He's proved that. And Kirby is proving it.
Kelly loses yardage. And is that Minka Fitzpatrick? No, it's one of the big guys slow to get up. It's Buggs.
Minka Fitzpatrick did not play in the regular defense on first and second down, but he came in the nickel.
As we said, he can play about 5 spots on that defense.
During that last break, Jayshon Robertson, their highest rated offensive lineman, center, left guard today, left the field in a cart.
That was a good punt. Marks way back at the 14. Got past one man, but that same man came back and got him, and the ball is out.
Yep. Boy, punt returns have been a problem for Alabama.
Last week and this week.
Yep, that will be a spot that this Alabama staff will start to rethink.
You know, that guy that you made miss, you forget he's back there. A nice hustle by 31 DJ Henderson to come back and force that ball out. There's a little discussion going on. You can tell Coach Saban not happy.
And Tennessee has lost 2 of their top offensive linemen. Brett Kendrick is out, and Ja'Shawn Robertson is out.
So a break for the Volunteers, starting at the 20-yard line. The fake the fly sweep. Garantano steps in, now steps out, throws on the run, and throws a strike out to Callaway.
You see his skill set. I mean, as Tennessee looks forward with this football team, the rest of their schedule, as Garantano improves and where he goes from here, could be a huge story for this Tennessee team and Butch Jones.
You know, you were talking earlier about how the Alabama defense would have loved to get a shutout. First of all, Tennessee's defense was the one that scored, and now the special teams fumble might lead to another score here, and from a 0 on the scoreboard, it might end up being 14, and nothing the Alabama defense did wrong. 2nd and 1. Garantano play action, pressure coming. Got it complete, but going to lose yardage.
It's going to be roughing the passer. Deron Payne is going to get the call. Deron Payne just keeps going after this one.
And it went too long.
Yep.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 94 defense. Half the distance to the goal from the previous spot. First down.
So Deron trying to hand out a little Payne, picks up the penalty. And it's going to be spotted now around the 6. First and goal. Just outside the 5, make it. Garantano trying to be heard down there. Fans in that end zone making it as impossible as they can. Kelly. Ooh, what a hit he took after a 2-yard gain from Ronnie Harrison.
It always has been tough to get the ball with your running back outside of the Alabama defense. When Kelly has made his good runs, it's been gashing it in the middle of it.
Alabama has allowed 2 rushing touchdowns all year. 2nd down and goal here. Kelly with Garantano in the Volunteer backfield. From the 3. Gets it again. And he is in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Well,
3-yard run.
That ends a streak. 13 quarters without a touchdown for this offense.
They didn't have to go far to get it because of the fumble punt.
You can see the defense. Jennings has to stay honest with the quarterback. Gives him just enough room to squirt inside.
So John Kelly with his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. Samaglia in for the point after.
You know what's been really good for Jarrett Garantano in this game also is they take the replay. It hasn't been messy. No delay of games. Getting the team up. Center quarterback exchange. Good throws. He's gotten hit. He's gotten back up. He's showing a lot of moxie in this game.
I think they're going to see if Kelly was down before. I'm not sure the ball ever crossed the goal line.
I don't think so either.
And you see it right there. That's about as good a shot as we can give you, I think.
Yeah, that's the money shot, I think.
Steve Lannis, our replay officials, they look at this. His helmet and his shoulder pads are in the end zone.
And you know, you don't see his knees, so you don't know if he's on top of somebody and he rolls in.
One more time, we take you down the line. There's his helmet.
Oh, yeah, he hit. His hip landed on the ground. He's down. He's going to be short.
It'll be about 2 feet out, I think, if they overturn this.
Yeah. You know, just going back as we look at this one more time, big picture for Tennessee. Getting through this game, hopefully they can get healthy on the offensive line, gaining confidence about how physically they've played in the game. Remember in 2015 they lost to Alabama, but then won out. You know, they go to Kentucky, Southern Miss, at Missouri, then LSU and Vandy. Could they do it again?
Wow. Butch Jones hopes so.
Yes, for sure.
Here's a call.
After further review, the ruling is the runner was down with the ball short of the goal line at the half-yard line. It's 3rd and goal at the half-yard line.
Well, let's see if John gets it again. He trots back out there with what we thought was his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. He's going to have to take another crack at it if he gets the touch.
Well, he'll have 2 chances,
right.
3rd and 4th down, if he needs them both. Oh, no, now they moved.
Now it's going to be 3rd and goal at the
False
5.5.
Number 73 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Remember the 2 penalties in the first half that led to Alabama touchdowns. Now this could lead again. Oh, the movement right there by Trey Smith.
Right. This changes the complexion of things quite a bit. Outside the 5 now, 3rd and goal. Callaway in a slot on the left side. Josh Smith wide that way. It's Kelly anyway. No way, no how. Got inside the 5, but that's it.
And the red zone offense that has been such a big problem for Tennessee rears its head again with the penalty.
Got 10 touchdowns in the red zone this year. Trying to get another one here, but it's 4th down and goal. They're going to have to earn it now against the Tide defense. You know all 11 of those guys out there in crimson.
They may just take a timeout here. Tennessee to get a play and try to score.
Yep. Timeout. We'll take one as well. Big 4th down coming up when we come back. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Allstate, Verizon, Microsoft Office 365, and by Chick-fil-A. A 4th and goal coming up. Jeremy Pruitt, Nick Saban, head coach and defensive coordinator.
Remember Friday we had enough guts to bring up that last play against Clemson. And Jeremy said I'm going to have to live with that forever. But his coaching point was the DBs got to set their heels and not back up. If they're going to run a pick play, do not go back. Cut underneath the pick.
We talked about the 10 touchdowns this year in the red zone, but none of them against SEC competition.
I'm sure they went over their assignments. They have a running quarterback in the game.
Garantano and Kelly in the Volunteer backfield. 4th and goal. Garantano waits, fires, intercepted by Alabama, going the other ways. Mack Wilson. Wilson looking for blockers. The Tide's got it back.
They were trying to get the ball to John Kelly. He was jammed. Watch, when he goes out, he's jammed at the line of scrimmage. Right there, he can't get out, and that stops the play. Great job by Anthony Jennings.
Mack Wilson's third interception of the year for the Tide defense, and they do not let Tennessee score. Nice to have linebackers that cover people like defensive backs, Gary.
It was, but it was made easier by the defensive line. I thought it was Anthony Jennings, but Jennings goes in, and Deron Payne bumps and takes on Kelly and throws the route out. Watch Deron Payne take Kelly on, and there's nobody to go through. It was a one-man route, and that's why it was intercepted.
Gives it back to the Tide offense. And now they go deeper in their tailback rotation. Brian Robinson, the freshman, with a first down run.
Earning future playing time.
Exactly.
Got their whole second unit offensive line in now.
Wiggins, Shaq Wiggins shaking up on the play for Tennessee. So we're just over 7 minutes remaining in the game.
And like I said, in practice they ran 100 plays, meaning this second line got at least 50 of them.
Let's get an update in New York. Here's Adam.
Adam Zucker here in New York, Oklahoma, and Kansas State. Baker Mayfield on the move again, and the Sooners get it to within 21-17 in the third quarter, trying to keep that road winning streak alive. Back to you guys.
Baker Mayfield magic again. Pretty good player, huh?
Yep, that's the type of quarterback that could give this Alabama defense problems. Gunslinger, movement, athletes.
Shaq, a senior out of Tyrone, Georgia.
Transferred twice in his career.
That's right.
Left side of the screen.
He's already playing with a cast on his wrist, so
yep.
Every time he hits somebody, I'm sure it doesn't feel great.
Started out his career at Georgia, went to Louisville, and ends up at Tennessee.
Second and short. Tagovailoa under center. And they give Robinson again and again. Coach Saban always says, don't worry about how many snaps you get. When you get plays, just go play and show me something.
Exactly. That's easier to say than do,
right.
But I agree with them. Remember, all of these players that are being recruited by Alabama are stars in their high school days. When they come to Alabama, they accept the challenge of competition.
And they're actually huddling. That's something we haven't seen. This is just to waste some clock right now. We're down under 6.5. And a first down at the 45. Robinson stays in there. Whoops, high snap. And Tua gets back on top of it, but they lost a good chunk of yardage there, about 6. Not sure it was a bad snap or if he took his eye off it.
I thought it was high, and he took his eye off it. Not that bad, right?
No, not terrible. But it does bring up second down at 16.
So he runs and throws better than he catches. You can't have everything.
We never said he was a receiver.
Exactly.
And the play clock winds down to 7. Robinson works the left side again this time. Maybe got a yard. That's about it.
I guess if your quarterback's going to have a weakness, hands might be it.
Top 10. Penn State, big game with Michigan tonight. Georgia, as we mentioned, off until next week against Florida. TCU and Kansas tonight. Wisconsin, big winner. Wisconsin is sneaking around there at number 5. And everybody talks about, you know, Penn State and Ohio State and Michigan, and the Badgers are just sitting there.
They've got a nice schedule. I will say that, though.
You picked them to win the Big Ten on that preseason show. Tagovailoa all day to throw. And now he will throw. And he threw a strike to Ruggs down the sideline. Ruggs has 5 catches on the year. They're all touchdowns.
God, can he throw the ball? Man, oh man.
One freshman to another. 60 yards on the score.
Watch it, as Brad told you, he had all day to throw. Tennessee's out of gas, totally out of gas. But watch this delivery, right on the run.
And all Henry Ruggs does is score touchdowns. Way to go, Hank. Henry Ruggs the third, 60-yard score.
Well, when you can line up far right side and catch a crossing route to the far left side, you've had a lot of time to throw.
Extra point is up and good.
But even then, with all the time, you got to deliver it. And he put it right on stride.
That dude can deliver it. And that guy can find the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Going to take you back over the course of the last 3 or 4 weeks. You tell me which guy has an 0-3 conference record and which coach has won 21 straight conference games.
You guys have a job to do, and I'm respectful of that.
I'm trying to get our players to listen to me instead of listening to you guys.
And I'm friends with a lot of you guys in the room, and I appreciate it.
You know, all that stuff you write about how good we are, it's like poison.
But also, there comes a certain time where enough is enough.
You know what I mean? It's like taking poison, like rat poison.
Jeez. Okay, one guy's got 5 national championships and he's complaining, and the other guy's fighting for his job and he's complaining to the media. We are really bad, the media.
Tough to be in the media, in the SEC,
yeah.
right?
I'm glad we're up here.
Yes.
Yeah.
You criticize them, they're mad. You praise them, they're mad. Got to go to the Goldilocks right there in the middle.
From the 3-yard line, Ty Chandler. Chandler keeps his balance, gets across the 30, out to the 35. Nice return. And we return to New York for another update.
All right, Nash, you guys were mentioning a few minutes ago the big one tonight in the Big Ten with Penn State and Michigan. But Michigan State trying to stay perfect in conference play on the year. They finally took a lead against Indiana. It's 10-9 with under 3 minutes to go. Spartans have the ball. Back to you.
Mark D'Antonio on the staff when Nick was at Michigan State.
It's a perfect score for Mark D'Antonio, don't you think? 10-9.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
4:40 remaining. Tim Jordan, freshman tailback, in there now. Apparently John Kelly's day's done. He's done all he could for the Volunteer offense. And now Jordan, oh man, he gets leveled by Thompson. Deontay Thompson, a backup safety.
Chance to play. Deontay Thompson. Coach, remember me. If somebody goes down,
I can do this.
I can do this. I know Minka's Minka, but
I'm not bad.
You know, I had some offers too coming out of high school.
Now to 4 minutes left. Tennessee today 102 yards of offense. Wow. You talk about Alabama, everybody says, well, you know, they're not as good as maybe one of those national championship teams, or maybe they're not as good as last year. You start stacking their numbers up, they're almost exactly where they were.
They are. The way they're a little different is they're using more of their weapons. They're using their wide receivers. Now they're throwing the ball to the tight ends, but look how close it is.
There it is.
Except for that 2011 year.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. 184 yards a game.
Well, you know, the SEC that year did not have a lot of offense. Remember the 9-6 game?
Yeah, that's right.
That's the year LSU and Alabama just dominated the conference. A little bit like this year with Georgia and Alabama.
3rd down and 3, empty backfield. Garantano, whistle before the play. And 3:09 remaining with a timeout. Let's take a look at the GMC game changer. Maybe say changers. The guys in the crimson jerseys on defense. They have made it a tough afternoon for Jarrett Garantano. They've roughed him up. They've sacked him. And we showed you the dominance of total yardage today, how much they've given up, just a little over 100 yards to the Volunteers. Ball's 3rd and 3. Garantano, jump ball, might have been caught. No, it's incomplete. Trayvon Diggs in coverage.
And in practice on Thursday, the second unit going against the second unit, Tua Tagovailoa hit a big pass for a touchdown almost, but Trayvon Diggs came from behind and knocked it out of his hand.
Yep.
Remember?
Yeah.
The whole squad went crazy, jumping up and down.
The whole defense went over there and just swarmed him.
Led by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Of course. We didn't mention he's one of the cheerleaders at practice as well as everything else he does. Daniel the punt.
I think he feels his quarterback, Butch Jones, and his team has taken enough punishment. That's why they're punting 4th and 4.
DJ Henderson's going to have the penalty.
And Alabama makes mistakes on the punt.
That's about the only stuff they've done wrong.
Exactly.
And this one wasn't his fault. He got tagged before he had a chance to catch it.
Marks goes, I'm having enough trouble on my own.
Just leave me alone.
Yes.
Not catch interference on the kicking team. The penalty is 15 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, if you see a big waft of smoke there in the crowd, that's part of the tradition of the 3rd Saturday in October as well. I wish I could go join them, but
yes.
Stogies, Victory Stogies. Some great pictures of Coach Stallings back here in the press box lighting up. And that guy, that one was not in the humidor long enough. He almost burned his face off, that last guy. So now the line of scrimmage is going to be the 35 with 2:54 left.
Just to give you an example of the comparison of Tennessee's offense versus Georgia and Alabama. Against Alabama, no points, 7 first downs, 109 yards. Against Georgia, no points, 7 first downs, 142 yards.
Oh, wow. Like coach, like mentor, like a 2-year coach. Ronnie Clark. There's a picture I was talking about. Jay Barker and Coach Stallings with the Victory cigars. It's too bad they don't have great ventilation on the iCruiser. I'd have one after the game with you, Gare, just to make your cold better.
Yeah. Well, when your girlfriend has one with you,
well, that's,
you know it's a tradition.
Well, you got to marry her.
That's right.
Absolutely. She likes football and cigars. Give her a ring. Approaching 2 minutes. Ronnie Clark stays in there at tailback. And he'll get the carry. And he gets into the open field. And he wants to play. And does well to get a first down.
It's going to take 4 guys turning pro before he plays again.
I'm just glad Clint Deans has got all these guys on our spotter board.
Oh, he was ready.
Yeah, he was ready. Everything.
He's watched Alabama play before.
He has, yeah. Well, last time we did Alabama, they had their 5th-string tight end that was playing tailback at times.
No, that's it. They're going to take a knee. And the next time we will see them, prime time against LSU. Oh, we haven't announced that yet. But
well, you just did, I guess.
Well,
huh?
I don't know if I can.
Well, I'm glad that was you.
Well, I'll watch it on TV if we don't do the game.
If we don't do it, we'll watch it together, okay?
Right.
That's good. And 1 step back. And Tua waits the very last second before he takes a knee. Don't forget, coming up when our game's over, which it almost is, stay tuned for the CBS Sports postgame show powered by Ram. Zuck, Rick, BJ, all those guys have the postgame report for you. They'll update you on those other games still going on, including Oklahoma, if they can come back at K-State. Well, the Vols are going to go to 3-4, 0-4 in the conference. And Alabama alone on top in the West at 8-0 and 5-0.
I'm sure the stories will start now until at least Monday or Tuesday. Will Tennessee decide that it's time to make a decision with Butch Jones? Or will he decide, let's give him the rest of the year?
Well, they knew coming in they were a heavy underdog, and their coach was on a hot seat. I think they played as hard as they could. They just don't have what Alabama has. A really good football team. The #1 football team in the country. 45-7 is the final. So that's 22 straight conference wins for the Tide. And Nick Saban goes to 11-0 against Tennessee. And that matches Bear Bryant. Jalen Hurts only had to play about a half. Talking to Condridge Holloway down on the sideline. There's a guy that kind of preceded him in the kind of style that he has as a quarterback. Now let's take a look at the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. Very seldom do we have an opportunity for play of the game brought to you by Napa to have a backup quarterback be our play of the game. But watch this. Tua Tagovailoa on this play and on that cutback goes 23 yards, and Tua for the touchdown. Here's a call from Eli.
Tua fakes the throw, keeps it 20, 15, cuts right 10, forward 5, dives in, touchdown Alabama.
Eli's calls always are gold, and his team is rolling along to 8-0. Number one they are, number one they will stay. All Alabama today, the only score on the board for Tennessee by their defense. And Jalen Hurts over to talk to his opposition quarterback from Tennessee. Tough day for the Tennessee quarterback. Great day for both quarterbacks for Alabama today. Scarborough, Harris, too much of everything. For the Tide, they win it 45-7. For Gary Danielson and Al Force, Brad Nessler saying so long from Tuscaloosa. College football postgame show powered by Ram is up next after these messages. See y'all in Jacksonville next week.